Our brain is kind of like a computer or an operating system. If you're used to Windows, Mac, or Linux, then switching to a different one can be really jarring. You might struggle to figure out where things are or how to make them work. You might feel frustrated and exhausted trying to adapt, and you might start to believe something is wrong with you, or that you are not very good with computers. But if you learn to understand the new operating system, you'll discover strengths and abilities you never had before. In today's video, we're going to talk about ADHD, which is what this new operating system might feel like. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we are diving into a topic that is close to my heart, because it is something I have personally struggled with, and I wish I understood better at a younger age. That's right. I have ADHD. I am one of the 5 million adults in the US who has ADHD, and didn't even know it until recently. Most people think ADHD is just about being unable to focus or being too hyperactive to pay attention, but it's actually much more complex than that. According to the American Psychiatric Association, ADHD is a disorder marked by an ongoing pattern of inattention or hyperactivity that interferes with functioning and development. The thing is, though, it doesn't just affect children. Many adults have ADHD and don't even realize it. They might be doing okay, but they are probably doing a whole lot better than they would if they understood what ADHD actually affects and how it affects them. At its core, ADHD makes it hard to manage your brain's resources. Things like working memory, emotional regulation, impulse control, planning and decision-making, and even time blindness, which is when you feel like you have more time than you actually do. These are all executive function skills that help us organize, prioritize, and complete tasks. And these are the things that people with ADHD struggle with. If this sounds like you, don't worry, you're not alone, and it's not your fault. ADHD is a neurodevelopmental disorder, which means it starts in the brain during development. It's largely genetic, and research suggests that people with ADHD have differences in how their dopamine functions, which is the chemical in your brain that's responsible for motivation and reward. This is why people with ADHD tend to hyperfocus on things they love, but have trouble focusing on things they don't. The parts of your brain that control attention and impulse are kind of like a detour-y sweet tooth. They just can't resist the delicious reward of a fun activity. But then chores pile up, and suddenly, you're 3 weeks behind on your work. This is why so many people with ADHD are high achievers, but also why they're prone to burnout. They have incredible passion and energy, but without the self-regulation skills to pace themselves. So what can you do about it? Well, there's no cure for ADHD, but there are tools that work. Some people find relief in medication like stimulants and non-stimulants, while others prefer therapy or coaching. Some people benefit from environmental support like timers, planners, and accountability partners. But most importantly, what helps is understanding yourself. Learning that your brain isn't broken, it's just wired differently, can be a real game changer. It's the first step to appreciating your unique strengths and abilities, and it's definitely something to celebrate. If any of this sounds familiar, you're not alone. There are millions of other adults out there with ADHD who are just starting to understand their brains. So what are your experiences? What challenges have you faced? And what strategies have you found helpful? Share your thoughts in the comments below.